Kashi delay. Welcome to another edition of Tibetan Cooking. Today I'm going to make a very simple dish for you that is made by nomadic and indigenous people the world over, pan-fried bread. The ingredients are very simple. Unbleached wheat flour, a little sugar for a sweetener, which is not always included, baking powder for leavening, water, and the inclusion of 1 egg. So we'll start by putting 4 cups of flour in the bowl. And we're going to add 4 level teaspoons of baking powder. I'm just going to blend that in there, because this is a dish that you might make over an open fire when you're camping. You really don't need a lot of equipment to do it either. The sugar is already measured out, as I said, 1/3 cup, to which I'm going to add some hot water, 1 1/4 cups. And while the sugar is dissolving in the hot water, I'm going to add 1 egg to the flour. Now when you add the water that has the sugar dissolved, begin in the center, a little at a time, and gradually incorporate the water and the dough. As you can see, this dough is sticking to itself and not the bowl. Then you know you're doing it right if that's happening. Ultimately, then you don't even have to wash the bowl, which if you're making this while you're out camping and there's not a whole lot of water around, it's definitely a plus. Okay, now all the water is incorporated in, and I'll do the final kneading by hand. All right, I'm merely working the dough a little bit. It's very soft and easy to work. And my aim here is to make a seamless ball of dough. You should stay up there. I don't really need any help. Now you're going to shape the loaf of bread into a flat circle. Okay, that is essentially the process of making the bread. I'm going to cover it and allow it to rest for a moment while I prepare the pan. And I'm coating the bottom of the skillet with vegetable oil. In this case I'm using olive oil, but use whichever oil you normally prefer to cook with. And I'm being pretty generous and putting in approximately 1/4 inch depth of oil on the whole surface of the skillet. And then I'm going to heat that. Okay, I can see that the oil is probably hot enough. It's beginning to shimmer in the pan. It's been 3 minutes. The stove's warm still to the touch because it's been made with warm water. It can be cooked just like this, but I prefer to pierce it. Which just causes the center of the dough to cook a little more thoroughly. So now I'm going to lift this up and place it in the oil. And this just lays right in here. This bread takes 25-30 minutes to cook. The main concern is that it doesn't burn. So we have to keep moving it during that period of time by rotating the pan and moving it from the center of the heat. So far so good. This is about ready to flip. This is the trickiest part, is how to turn this over without getting oil all over yourself. But if you've waited long enough, the bread is firm, so it's actually not that difficult. There we are. You can see it's evenly cooked, just a little golden color. The oil is kind of boiling around, and we put the cover back on. One of the ways we tell if the bread is done is tapping it. It's not done. It has to sound right, like a little bit hollow. It's still just kind of a thud. So that means the middle isn't really cooked. Okay, now I'm going to turn it again. See, it's been 30 minutes since we started this whole process. And be very careful not to burn yourself. Alright, this side is done. So now I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to let it finish cooking without any heat. Okay. I'm going to cut it. There we have it. You want to try some? Let's see if there's any good. Oh. What do you think? All done? Fresh bread. I'm sure you'll have great success when you try this recipe at home. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.